Talking all the time really does take its toll on your voice. Let's create a new folder. And we'll call it iron section. And let's export our piece of geometry there. Let's jump into Substance Painter. Let's create a new project. Again, I'm using the template for Unreal Engine 4 that Algorithmic provide. We'll leave it at 2048. Remember, it's always better to go higher and then reduce it down in, say, Photoshop if you want a smaller texture than trying to go from a small texture and make it bigger. Let's select our mesh. Everything else should be good. Alright, let's see what we've got here to work with in Substance, shall we? No, we don't want tiles. We don't want concrete. We don't want fabric. We don't really want a galvanized iron look either. We don't want leather. I'm pretty sure I have a rusted metal here. Marble. No, I don't want a pitted metal. No. Let's throw this one down and have a look. I'm just going to throw it on the top stack there. And have a look at my model. Now before I start adjusting the size of this texture, I'm just looking at it to see if it actually will benefit the piece of geometry or not. Let's keep it there for the moment. I'm going to throw another one on top of it. We can always delete it if we don't like what we've got later on. No. And I do want to work with a couple of layers because I want to add a bit of wear and tear on it. Now, like I said, I generally, when I do my texture mapping, like to do it in Mari because I'm more of a person that likes to paint with my Wacom tablet and paint my textures in. Whereas Substance Painter here is more procedurally based, so even though you can paint your texture in, it's really more, it's a different type of painting program. It's a 3D painting program for procedurally, for physically accurate materials, whereas Mari is more for artistic painting of your textures. But both of them are good, both of them have their uses. Now, I'm going to go into my parameters here. And just start making some adjustments for the roughness, I think. The normal intensity is pushed way up. In fact, just trying to find where it's actually using that height information. See, working with materials in Substance Painter is much more playing with your values here, these sliders, whereas in Mari I actually paint my materials in, which is why I like Mari. I mean, this is handy, but you have less control than when you're actually painting stuff in. That's to do with the glossiness of the metal. UV scaling. Now I think that they've built in a lot of height to this because it's meant to be rusted metal. Let's have a look at our UV scaling now. going to turn off the lock selection here so I can manipulate them with different values. Yeah, I don't really like that at all. I'm going to delete that layer. Let's see what else we've got here to work with. Let's throw this one down. Move it up above the other one. It didn't put it in the right layer. Again, they like to make their materials really shiny. We want a bit of reflection, but not as much as they tend to like making their materials at Substance. I'm just going to turn this bottom layer off just to see what it's doing. Okay. That could have been the problem with our height information as well. I think it was taking it from this metal floor layer. So I'm just going to turn that off for a second. Let's leave that layer on and keep going and see what else we've got to work with. And again, let's pull back on that that glossiness. Where am I? This one gives us values we can use for our base color and our rust color, so we have a bit more control over it. I'll pull back on my normal intensity a bit. Pull back a little on the rust amount. Pull back on my height range a little. Yeah, I really don't like that at all. So let's get rid of that one as well. We've got a few more here to play with. Let's see what else we can find. Let's look at this old iron. Pull back on my height range and height slope. Again, that's to make it just a little bit less shiny. I'm going to pull back my normal intensity a little bit as well. And just have a look at my UV mapping here. Again, I'm going to unlock the values so I can adjust them individually. Let's just leave it there for the moment and see what else we've got to work with. Let's have a look at this. Again, so I don't get any confusion, I'm going to turn off the underlying layer. And let's change our UV mapping again. No, I don't love that. I'm actually going to remove that. We don't want varnish. Now, a lot of these substances you can download from Algorithmic's website if you do use Substance Painter. They give away a lot of substances to work with. Rock, no. Rusted steel and rusty iron. Let's check out rusty iron. Okay. Let's pull back a little bit on our glossiness. As far as the UV mapping goes, that's probably okay. Let's turn that off and look through our layer stack here to see what we've got going on. Right, I'm just going to keep going through this till the end, see if there's anything else I like here. Concrete, no. Stone. Stucco, wood, titanium. No, we don't really want any of those. Alright, so let me have a look here. Again, let's pull back on our glossiness for this material. Right, I'm going to remove this this material because I don't like it. So remove that layer. So now we've got that layer and this layer. I was just seeing if there was a value we could adjust to see to reduce some of that rust, but it doesn't look like there is on either of these layers. Thanks for hosting, Gayland. I hope you're well. Let's see here. I don't really want it to look quite that rusted. I want to put something on top of this that I can blend in, that's not quite as dirty looking. I mean, I want some of it to look a bit rusted, but not like that. So I need something that I can blend into this. Let's try the old iron again. I'm falling through this empty space of me. I don't really have control over the amount of gloss on this material though. I don't like that. And I Can't seem to change the colour either. Not easily anyway. Yeah, no, I really don't like that material. Let's find something else. I'm sure there's got to be something else we can use here that's a little bit better. I need to do that. No, I can't see anything I really like that I want to put over the top of it, which is a bit of a pain. Let's try this one. Again, the colour's changing because it's just a very highly reflective metal, but I don't really like the look of it. This one does give us control over the rust amount though, so let's pull that right back. Right back. Let's play with our base color a bit as well. This is actually the rust based color that they're working with here. Let's make that a bit darker as well. I'm going to pull back on my normal intensity. Let's play with our UV mapping too. Ambient occlusion spreading. We'll pull back on our height ranges as well. I'm actually going to turn these bottom layers off so that they don't interfere with what I'm trying to do here. Because having them turned on, they do bleed through to the layer above it. So let's just turn them off so we can see what's going on. So we have more of a standard silver metallic color here. We can leave that as our top layer. It's like a silver metallic color. Quite glossy, not very bumpy. Let's turn on our rusty iron underneath of it now. And now I'm going to turn on the metal rust base. I'm going to go down to that layer and turn the two top layers off. I'm going to pull right back on the normal intensity. I'm pulling back on the roughness range as well to make it, if it's too high it just looks a bit too bumpy, so I'm going to pull that back. And jump up to my next layer here and then the one above it. Let's just help to get rid of some of that, some of the bumpiness. It's still a bit there though. We're still working in this metal rust base layer. I'm just going to turn off my height here for a minute. You see how the height information is causing the problem? Well, it's not causing a problem, it's just making it a bit more bumpy than I really want it to be. Most noticeable down the bottom here. So if I turn off my height on that layer, it gets rid of that. Now I do want a little bit there though. I'm going to turn them off and work with that layer. Let's pull our height range way back. Again, work with that metal rust base layer. I'm going to turn height on and off to compare. You see how that's improved it quite a bit. We're not getting as much bumpiness happening in our height value. That may be a bit too extreme, so I'm going to pull up on my height a little bit more again. Pull back a bit. Back a bit. Okay, that should be good. Alright, let's start trying to blend these together now. So let's go to our top layer. I'm going to add a see, before we start doing this blend, I'm going to take a quick break, guys, for a couple of minutes. I want to grab a fresh cup of coffee. That time of the day, as Sniper Echo knows, I need a fresh hot cup of coffee. I'll be back in just a few minutes. I'll leave you with my Be Right Back screen, and when we come back I'll start trying to do a blend between these three different materials. I'm going to delete these two when I come back as well. So I'll take a quick break just for a few minutes, guys, while I grab a fresh coffee, and I will be right back. Okay. Let's see if we can blend these materials together a little bit better. I'm still not sold on our UV mapping. I'll find out soon enough whether we need to change that or not. Let's throw down a let's try a white mask here. Remember, because we're working with a white mask, we have to work with a black color in our alpha. I'm going to go into my brushes. Let's try this dirt here. Now, again, I'm running into this problem with the normal mapping, so I'm just going to undo that. I'm going to select my texture. I'm going to turn off my normal mapping here on these textures just for the time being. I'm also going to remove these two textures here from the bottom, so I don't get confused. I'm only working with three textures here. So I'll jump back into my alpha map. Still doing it. Must be the height information. Let's try it again. Okay. I'm going to reduce my texture size here. I don't like the brush I've used, so I'm going to clear my mask, and we'll find something else a little bit better to work with, I think. Let's try this cotton texture. alpha map, I should say. Now I'm looking at our model that we've got here in Substance Painter. I'm going to jump back into Max for a minute and look at our actual model. Okay, we do have actual geometry in the model. I'm going to jump back into Substance Painter again. Wrong button. Now we're running into that problem I was saying before. You see how I'm painting on the front, that we're getting that duplicate happening on the back. So if I paint here, it's painting here, and that's because our UVs are overlapped. So no problem, Sniper Echo, thanks for popping in. I'll see you hopefully next week. I'll be back on again on Monday next week after today. So 12 AM in the UK next week for you, I guess, or 5 PM Pacific time in the US on Monday next week. Have a good one, Sniper Echo. Thanks for popping in. I hope you have a good weekend too, Sniper Echo. And again, thanks for popping into the stream. I'm going to jump back into Max. And we're going to re-UV map this piece of geometry. So I'm going to throw down an unwrap UVW. Now, if I wanted to keep this texture, I'm going to return off my map seams here. If I wanted to keep this texture, I'd have to map it into a new map channel, but because we're going to try painting the texture up in Substance, I'm not going to worry about the original texture here at this stage. So I'm just going to open up my UVW editor. We'll select all of our UVs here. Let's try doing a normal mapping on it first. Okay. Let's move these around a little bit. And let's scale these up a bit, because these are the main part of our model, so the bigger we can make the UV maps for these, the better. We'll do a uniform scale. And I want to scale them up enough that as big as I can get them to still stay within that 0 to 1 UV space. So we could go a little bit bigger if we wanted to. There's a tiny bit of room on either side, but we'll leave it like that for now. Okay, let's turn off our UV mapping. Now, it has messed our texture up, but that's okay, because we're going to re-export the model. Iron section, FBX. Let's jump back into Substance. I'm just going to re-import that model piece again. Again, we're going to clear our mask. Let's have a look at this now. So if we paint here, it's still doing it. Why is it doing that? Doesn't actually look like it's importing this texture, this model piece correctly. It looks like we have one piece of geometry here, and I know that we have three-dimensionality through here, so... Okay, let's start anew again. Let's grab start a new project. Again, I'm going to select that FBX texture model we just exported. I wonder if our verts aren't welded. We had that problem with Unreal, remember? The vertices weren't welded properly. Let's jump back into Max and have a look at that. I'm just going to collapse my stack. Go for Xenon. You'll have to leave for tonight as well. No problems. Thank you. Sorry if you've already gone. I just noticed your message. Thanks for popping in though, and I'll be back on again on Monday next week at 5 PM US time. So have a good weekend to go for Xenon. Let's grab our verts here and see what's going on. Okay, okay, what is going on there? There actually is no geometry down the base there. That is just a flat plane. I was faking it through the texture map. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I think that's what was going on. Just let me have a look here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It looks like I've been faking that dimensionality, three-dimensionality through the original texture map. Right. Again, let's throw an unwrap UVW down and check our UVs here. Okay, they're both separate, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to scale this down a bit so I can get a bit better of a view of the model itself. That's that side. And this one should be the opposite side. So they have unique UV maps, which is what I want. Alright, it's not a problem there. Let's jump back into Substance again. Back into our materials. Let's just throw down a material here so I can see what is going on. Okay, so we do have a flat plane here. Let's throw down another material on top of this one. Okay, I'm going to turn off my hide information on both of these. Now I'm going to just throw down another layer mask, a white mask. Back into our brushes. I want to see exactly what is going on here.
Come to the sun with me, so I can show you me something you've never seen. And both you and I shouldn't be too shy about letting go for once. Come and be free with me. Just look straight ahead. Don't you stay behind. Don't stay behind. Trying to make you feel right. 'Cause our stars are alike.
Let's also do a reset X form. We do forget to do that, and that can cause problems sometimes.
There is so much we can do in this life. Let it sink in. This is where we begin.
Let's do another export again. Smoothing groups, triangles, preserve odd edge orientation, that's all good. And back to substance. Let's reload our mesh again.
All that you need to know. Now that you understand what I'm trying to show you is that you
Look at the piece at the top here so I can see if it's still doing what it was doing before.
come, let your spirit glow.
Up to me to say actually.
Just look straight ahead, don't you stay behind, don't stay behind. Try to make you feel right, 'cause our stars are aligned. Can I make up your mind? Follow me to the light. There is so much we can do in this life. Let it sink in, this is where we begin.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's try this edge here. Okay, it looks like it may have fixed it now. Doing the reset on the X form may have fixed it up.
There is so much we can do in this life.
Painting out some of the rust away. Painting some of the rust away actually. I'm going to go into the material for this underlying metal. And for the one above it, I'm going to pull back a bit on that glossiness. Pull back on the normal a little bit. I'm going to pull back on the rust a bit as well. Maybe not quite that much. I'm going to change my base color. It's a bit more of a blue-grey. And I've just pulled back on the luminosity and contrast a little bit as well.